Okay. You are all set.
Hey, thank you. Okay, so we're going to call the regular meeting of the Kent Inland Wetlands Commission to order. Welcome, everybody. Officially welcoming Hillary Clifton as an official alternate to our commission.
Yay.
We are so glad to have. Yeah, yay. And for the record, also show that, let's see, regular members Mark Smith, Paul Yegid, Ken Dietz, and I'm trying to remember, is Ken Johnson a regular member? And I apologize. Yes, Ken Johnson. Okay. And then our land use administrator, Donna Hayes, are here along with reps from various applications. So I don't think we need to appoint an alternate, but that doesn't, Hillary, what that means is you can participate in the conversation. You can ask questions. You don't have to vote. I'm trying to remember how that works.
She can do
Hillary
everything
vote
except vote. She can't vote.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, but
Yep.
she can definitely weigh in with opinions and ask questions. Yes.
And you can say, you know, I like it, I don't like it.
Yeah.
You know, you can be open and honest, free.
Great, thanks.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. All right, so did everybody have a chance to read the minutes of November 3rd? And if so, were there any changes, corrections, comments?
Oh, I wasn't there, but they look like very thorough minutes. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
If nobody has any corrections, I'd be happy to make a motion to approve them as written.
Just one clarification.
Sorry, Paul.
It was under new business and it was talking about the construction of the cage to keep debris from entering the pipe. And it says construction of 6-inch rebar. It will be a 6-inch mesh made of rebar. So, I mean, it's just a little,
so Paul, can you pause that on page 2? And what paragraph is it?
it's in under new business. First
What page?
paragraph.
First paragraph, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Page 1, third line up from the bottom.
Yes, thank you.
6-inch
So you want that to
rebar.
read what?
It says cage will be construction of 6-inch rebar. The
Right.
cage will be made of rebar with 6-inch openings. I think that would be a
Thank
better
you.
way of putting it.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And I will,
The case will be.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Case will be constructed of rebar with 6-inch openings. Okay, thanks. Anything else?
okay, then I'll
Okay.
amend my motion to accept the minutes with the correction about the rebar as noted by Paul.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Paul. Any other conversation? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Abstention? Okay, great. All right. Can move right along. To application 1272-21, Jolene Audette for Ellen Cart trustee. And I think Jolene is here. Yep, there she is. Hi, Jolene. And Ellen is also here, is that right?
Jolene, can you unmute yourself?
There
Thank
we
you.
go. Yes, Ellen's here.
Yes, I am here. And Marge, my sister Jody says hello.
I was hoping you might bring her up. Hello back to all of you.
So, I'm not sure who, I guess, Jolene, do you want to walk us through this application? Just very generally describe for the commission what it is you want to do, and then we'll have a conversation if we have any questions.
Sure, absolutely. So Ellen, they propose to add a small generator. It's just sized, just enough to maintain, heat in the house and so on, given the outages in the area that occur. And it's small enough that able to, sorry, my computer just put something up, where it's able to be lifted and put in place with 2 men. So it's a smaller generator. It doesn't need a machine or anything to put in place. Would go alongside an existing shed. There's a utility pole that's adjacent to the shed, just like 2 feet off of the shed where all the utilities come in. So the generator could be installed quite easily with the disconnect in the shed, and the propane tanks are proposed on the other side of the shed. There would be no in-ground trenching of any kind. It's not necessary to disturb that. And the only disturbance to the area would be some minor hand digging excavation for I think I said it was a 3x5 gravel pad, just to remove some of the organic material and put some gravel and a generator, a prefab generator pad in place. There'd be minor trimming. I attached some photos. I think, Donna, you included those with the application.
They're in the public meeting folder.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's really the extent. I think that's really all of it in a nutshell.
So my question was, looks like the total property is about 1/2 acre, is that right?
Yes.
And you're calculating that you're disturbing about 0.001 of the regulated area. Are you actually in wetland at that point? Or are you just in the regulated area?
No, Donna, I looked at the map and I did too. And because of the location, where the lake is and this property, it's all considered wetlands.
Okay, so Donna, maybe we could just.
Is that
indicate
wetlands
on
or a
the map,
regulated area?
because wetlands, that was my question.
Yeah.
And she said it's all wetlands.
Okay.
So it would be useful if we could indicate that on the site map, because I was having a hard time trying to understand if there were actually any wetlands. And is it actually, I see a note 75 feet to lake. What is 75 feet to lake? Where the pad is going to be?
Yes, where the generator is going to be located is 75 feet to the lake.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And my final question is, what is a prefab pad? What is that?
It's just it's a poly. It's something that lots of times is purchased, and it's made out of a polyurethane material, and it's just has enough weight, but it's also where the generator is able to be just bolted down to it, and it sits on top of a gravel base.
It just distributes the weight of the
Okay.
generator.
Yes. And just, rather
it's not
than
used
just
for-
setting it, and rather than just having it on gravel, it's on this pad, which keeps it it's a little more raised and just keeps it stable and clean and, in a good spot.
So no need
maintained.
for concrete pad or anything like that.
No,
Cool.
no, because it's small. It's a smallish size. It's a very smallish generator. I spoke to the electricians, Wright Electric. Daryl's going to be doing the project, so I got all the specs from him, and he said it was as small as they could put in there in order to provide enough power to the property. So during the winter time, they could, assure that they don't have heat issues.
Is that like a lawn right now where you're proposing to put that pad?
No, it's actually next to the shed. There are a few. There's some brush, some little shrubs. It's mostly very naturalized, but there's in one of the photos, there's a couple of stakes, and you could see the utility pole, and you could see it's almost like a little bit of a naturally cleared area. There's some native, shrubs in there and stuff. Fortunately, it didn't look like there was nothing invasive in that area, no multiflora or anything like that. And just a kind of a cleared, open little area where they can not really have to disturb any of the vegetation or anything, except for digging up this little area.
Yeah, I know the property, Lynn. I don't see any issues with this at all. As far as our.
Yeah, I just
purview
wanted
is
to,
concerned.
I couldn't really understand exactly what was going on from the materials. So I was just trying to clarify that.
Yeah,
for
no,
myself.
absolutely. And honestly, the whole, I mean, as far as what Donna looked at, the whole parcel is considered wetlands, correct, Donna?
Yes, yeah. And under normal circumstances, this would have been an agent permit. But I can't give an agent permit within the wetlands. I can in the
Ah.
regulated area, but I can't do it in the wetlands. And that's why
I
it
wondered
ended up
about
having
that.
to come to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
I did
well,
not know
that's
that.
helpful because I didn't understand, I guess the whole thing is in a wetland. Nothing you can do about it. you know.
Right.
And there's really,
No,
there is
no.
some digging, but it's going to be replaced with gravel.
I have a question. Is the wires that go from the generator to the house, will they be above ground or below ground?
They're already in place from the utility pole that's next to the shed. The wires already go to the house, so that's kind of the convenient, that it makes it rather convenient where the generator goes. We're directly next to the utility lines, so the electricians can get into the line and create a sub panel there right at the shed, so then it can feed the house.
I see.
Yep.
Okay,
So we don't
Sounds
have to,
good.
we don't have to trench anything to the house. It's a pretty, considering everything, it's a pretty ideal as you could possibly, I think, get, with the
uh-huh,
limitations.
I agree. It looks good. I see no
Any questions from
problems.
Ken Dietz or Paul Yeages?
No, you guys have covered
No, I think she
everything.
covered a lot of that with the letter that was also with the application, and it's a minimal disturbance. I don't have a problem with it.
Exactly.
Okay, so normally what we would do is we would defer this application to our next regular meeting and take action on it. We literally can't take action on it for 15 days under normal statute.
Mhm.
So if that doesn't present a problem for you, that's what we would do at our next regular meeting. Sounds like we'll approve it. And if anything were to come up in the meantime, Donna would definitely reach out to you and let you know a question had popped up, but it doesn't sound
Sure.
like we're going in that direction. Yeah.
Okay,
Does
no,
that
that's great.
timeframe work for you?
Yeah, when's your next meeting scheduled?
December 20th.
All right, no, that's fine. And then we'll just plan accordingly. And hopefully things dry out a
Okay.
little more. It's been very wet this year.
Yes, it has. Although that may be friends that we're going to be stuck with for a while. Okay, well then it sounds like we're ready to take a motion to continue this application to the next regular meeting.
So moved.
Well, second,
Seconded.
Who's that? Paul and Ken?
Paul and Ken.
Okay, excellent. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Opposed or abstention? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Thanks for being here tonight and have a
Oh,
happy
great.
holiday.
Yes,
Both you and Ellen.
yes,
All
well, thank you. Yes, thanks to everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. And we'll see you next month, right?
Hey,
Okay, very
Thanks,
good.
Jolene.
You're welcome. Thanks,
Thanks.
Donna.
Thank you.
You're
Have a
welcome.
good evening.
You too.
bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. All right. Next up, I meant to ask you, Donna, we didn't have anything that we needed to add to the agenda, did we?
No.
I didn't even think to ask you. Okay, great. So next up is old business, 5A. This is, we talked a lot about this at our last meeting. Is Jonathan here? Yes, he is. Hi, Jonathan. And I don't know, it felt like you provided us with a lot of information. The Beaver Solutions book was terrific. I didn't know if you had any additional information that you wanted to share with the commission, or if any of the commissioners had some additional questions for you. So we'll start with you, Jonathan. Do you have any additional information you want to share with the commission?
First of all, thank you. I don't think so. I think it's pretty complete, but I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thanks. Has everybody had a chance to look at the materials that Jonathan provided? And does anybody have any questions?
Yeah,
Very
the information about the beavers was very interesting. I read through the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Really good.
And we do appreciate that he did provide the map with the outflow and the color-coded markings.
Very helpful.
Great. Thank you also for the close read. Yes, it is it's a 10 gauge 6-inch square remesh, not rebar. So it's just if the beaver or over time, if things start to pack up against the inlet, water can still flow through.
So a 10 gauge, 6-inch square remesh.
Correct.
Okay, okay.
Do you have a name
Okay.
for your lake?
Wow. No, I'm open to suggestions. We could name it after you.
No, how about Lake Beaver?
Yeah, we were thinking either Justin or Justine Beaver, if we ever can determine the gender.
There you go.
Okay. So any questions at all from anyone? If not, it sounds like we're ready to take action. Entertain a motion.
This is Ken, and I move that we approve. Where's the numbers? Somebody read those numbers off for me.
1271-21. Sorry.
I move that we approve that application.
Okay.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I
Opposed? Abstention? Good, motion carries. Thank you, Jonathan. Really, thank you for the information. It was terrific. And thanks for being so open with the commission and providing everything that we needed. Good luck
Great.
with this. We'd love to see how, I certainly would love to see how it works out. Love to see some pictures. When are you going to do this? Don't you remember? I apologize.
Well, tomorrow, because it's getting cold. So we'd really like
It is
to
getting cold.
get it done. Got my chest waders. So yeah, I'll take
Good.
plenty of pictures, and thank you very much, and happy Thanksgiving to all.
You too.
Same to
You
you.
too. Thank you, Jonathan.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Right. Next up, written communications. We're getting a lot of information around the Richard Novick or Lynn and Dorothy Novick Dam. And I don't know if you have anything that you want to add to what you sent to us. It looks like a contract, copy of a contract, just keeping us in the know. Has the state been involved in this?
Yeah, actually, the contract that was sent in by this JSK Livestock was a recommendation by the state. So, so Mr. No, or Dr. Novick said that he had gotten this contract and now they signed it and they're just waiting for a start date. And as soon as they get that, he will let us know. So,
Oh, that's terrific.
yeah. Yep.
Any other questions, concerns, comments? Okay. Financial highlights. Anything of note, Donna, that we ought to be paying attention to?
No, you know, we're pretty much over. I usually budget $800 a year for application income, and we're at 816. So here we are through August and we're already over our budget. Just goes to show you how busy we've been with applications, and this is going across the board for me, planning and zoning, as well as building. So
Wow.
we're very busy. So
Which
Yeah.
means you're really busy.
yeah, it's okay. You know, we're
Well, you do a
We're
good
managing.
job, Donna. Thank you.
well. Thank you, Marge. Thanks.
This is fun business.
Can I ask a question? Just,
Sure.
Yes,
I
go
just
ahead.
don't, sorry, I don't understand. So we have a certain budget to have is it every calendar year? And what does our budget go towards?
It's
The
actually every fiscal year.
Yeah.
So it would start with it's a piece of the town's budget.
Mhm.
And so it starts July 1 and it goes
Mhm.
through the end of June. And Donna usually puts together drafts based on what we did the year before and what we think might be coming up that might be different. Like, do we have to have training? Do we need to upgrade our equipment? Do we have to pay for something special? Do we think we'll have more land use applications? You know, whatever we can kind of guess, that gets built into the town budget and passed as part of the town budget process.
And so we've spent $816 so far this year. And so what has that gone towards, just to give me a sense of like what we
No.
have actually spent it on so far this year? Is that in a document?
Okay, so if you actually look at the actual versus budget
Mhm.
paper that kind of looks like this.
Oh, I think I see it. 6A2.
It says,
yes.
yes,
Okay.
and
Ah,
you'll see a line item for, at the
Mhm.
very top of page 1, ordinary income. And that is where Donna's saying, you know, we budgeted to bring in $800 through application fees
okay.
over the course of the year, but we're actually already exceeding that at
Oh.
$816. So we've had more applications coming in, so more application fees than we anticipated.
What?
And then if you look.
That's not
at
what this
the-
says.
Yes.
No,
Yeah, it does.
no, it doesn't. It says we have negative $16 in income, a differential of 816. Negative 16
We're
minus
over budget.
800.
We're over budget 800,
It's not
Oh,
showing any
is that
income.
what you were saying, Donna?
The actual column is the far left column.
So for July and August, we had, are you saying
Oh.
that for July and August, we had a
Right.
$16,
Yeah.
and
you-
that's
You have a negative
because-
$16, you have a credit in there.
right, that's because depending on how she calculates the monthly permits,
Right,
even though we charge $100 for the permit, $60 of that 100, or $58 of that 100 actually gets turned over to the state and is not considered income for us. So for the month of July, August, she probably didn't have all of my documentation in order to accurately report. But right now, we have brought in more than $800 in application fees.
Year to date, okay, because that's not
Year to
showing
date.
here. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was looking at this going, you're saying we're doing this, but why are we only looking through August? Are they really that
that
behind
does
on
make sense. That
closing?
is a little confusing.
Because,
Yeah.
because
This is when they do it.
that's how she does it.
This is.
And you know
right,
what?
This is when,
3 months in arrears? Okay.
Yeah, if we're lucky. There was a while where I wasn't getting them at all.
so normally you would hope that you would get it for the month prior that closed,
Exactly.
but that's a very efficient organization that does that, and towns are not necessarily in that category. But thank you for pointing that out, Ken.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, it's fine.
No, that was good, thank you. And then if you look at the expense side for Hillary, you can see, so let's follow through with what Ken was saying. The very first column, July to August 21st, those are total expenses line by line by line. So salary, supplies, postage, all the way down for July and August. So it's really only 2 months of the fiscal year. You can see the next column over is what we budgeted for the whole year. Okay.
Mhm.
And then she's identifying whether we're above or below our budget in the third column over, and what % of our total budget we've achieved, and it is only through 2 months of the year. So it's a small amount of the year so far.
We'll have a lot of money turned back, mostly because we do not have an inland wetlands clerk.
Mhm.
So her salary, the clerk that we have or had, was actually working for the building department for planning and zoning and for inland wetlands. So 50% of her time and her salary is budgeted to the building department. 40% of her time is budgeted to planning and zoning, and 10% of her salary, I should say, instead of time, her salary is charged to inland wetlands. But because I don't have one at this point in time, that money will be hopefully turned back into the general fund and not used to do any kind of transfer to offset any dollars that have not been budgeted but spent by others.
And that actually raises a question, Donna, which is, if we get busier, you're not going to be able to sustain doing both jobs, right? That's going to be a problem.
I don't anticipate us getting any busier than we are right now, at least through the holidays. And I am working on getting somebody to come in. I'm working on that. I'd rather not say
Okay.
exactly what I'm trying to do because I don't want to tip anybody off.
Nope, that's
And we
okay.
don't want to,
So,
yeah, that's good though. Okay.
I'm glad you are though, Donna.
Well,
That's good news.
yeah, yep,
Hope it
Yeah,
works.
keep us posted as you
Yeah.
can.
I will, absolutely.
Do you have any other questions on the budget, Hillary? At the moment, I mean, we can talk about this as we go.
No, I think I'll
Yeah,
just
we can-
absorb. I can just absorb information. I'm just kind of taking it in.
Okay. All right. Any other questions for anybody else on that? Okay. Right. So the only other thing on our agenda for written is the meeting schedule, which Donna provided. And does anybody have a question about this?
The
Concerned about
usual
the date,
Paul and
Marge?
Marge are not going to be here in September conversation.
Well, now that we have a full commission,
That's what
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up. If we don't think we're going to have a quorum, I will be in town, or I could be in town the previous week on the 19th. But I definitely am not going to be around on the 26th because A, it's my birthday, and B, I'm not coming out of the Adirondacks twice. So
Yeah, you know what? I'd rather try to schedule it when we know we might have a quorum, because any one of us could get sick between now and then,
Yeah.
or, it's not fair to applicants if we
Right.
can't organize a quorum.
right.
Would everybody be okay if Paul, will you be around if we were to move this September meeting back a week?
On the 26th? What was
Move it
that?
to the
Back
19th.
The 19th?
That's a real tough question at this point of the year for me.
I
I
can-
know
I-
I'm definitely gonna be gone at the end of September, but I'm just not sure when I'm going. This past year, I left, I think it was September 14th. And I wasn't back for quite a while.
I can
I-
definitely be here on the 19th. So
I'll say yes to the 19th. Even if
Okay.
I have to do, phone in, I'll commit to that.
I might not be here for the 19th. That would be the only problem. So,
All right, so we're getting a commitment from Paul and Marge, but now a question from Ken Dietz. But still, that makes our odds a little bit better that we can have a quorum.
but if we have
Not that-
Ken Johnson and Hillary,
Right.
Yeah.
Ken Johnson
Any
has
more-
no plans at that time, so I can be here.
I don't plan this far in advance, so my schedule for the next year is open.
Okay, so I think we might want to move it to the 19th just to increase the chance that we'll have more commissioners.
yeah.
that sounds good.
Okay, so any other questions that pop up here?
April 25th. That's another one where I'd very likely be away.
I'll be here.
Ken, can you call in for
Oh.
when you're away or
No,
no? Okay. All right.
I'll be away. This is Ken Johnson. I'll be away possibly 28th of February and it's the 28th of March. I'll be in Texas, but I can, we can do this by telephone, can we not?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
Would you
that's
be
a
able to?
plan.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. So right now, it looks like we're changing that September 26th to the 19th, and we're hanging firm on the other dates.
I'm looking
Is that
pretty
right?
good on the other dates.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
We just need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Excuse me. Second,
Second,
Seconded.
any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Abstention? Opposed? Okay. Great. And just FYI, I have not been on vacation in, for 26 months. So I will likely be going on vacation in August, and I'm not picking a date, and I will probably be away in the fall too. If I'm on the Cape, I probably won't be able to participate, but when I'm down south with my kids, I'll be able to participate. So I'll try to work around these dates, but I can't guarantee it. So I'll do my best.
You need a vacation, Lynn. It's been a while.
I definitely need a vacation, desperately need a vacation. Okay,
I'll also, just to like
okay,
bounce off that, I'll probably just, if we had a meeting, I'd just be at Zooming through that meeting. Because summer breaks, I may not be in Kent.
Mhm.
I may just be somewhere. I don't know where.
Well, so far
Oh,
as we know,
nice.
we're still gonna be Zooming for a while, aren't we, Donna? Is there any?
Yeah, no, she
Yeah.
just does not want to make a decision. So,
well, personally, from my standpoint, it makes it easier for so many people to participate without having to worry about whether they ought to.
I agree.
And for,
Yeah.
you know, and it means if you're in Texas, you can participate,
right.
Yeah.
you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not worried about February or March.
I'm in
As long as
Georgia
you-
right now.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
cool.
are you?
Are you really- What's the temperature? What's the temp? It's gonna be really cold here tomorrow, really, like the coldest day of the year so far.
it's like in its 40s here. So
Ooh,
Oh,
Wow.
it's chilly.
yeah, I'm in the
chilly.
Blue Ridge
That is
Mountains.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice. Very
Oh.
nice.
Nice, nice.
So
Are you there
so
for the
that's why, like, we were
holiday?
all talking about being away. Like I can be on a computer in a meeting, even if I'm not in town.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
most
my-
people can do
That's
that.
great.
When I go away, I'm nowhere near any internet, telephone, TV, nothing.
Yeah, I'm on a
So-
boat or in the
Yeah.
street
Mhm.
And
or in a car on the way
Otherwise I
back
would.
to or from one of those places.
nope. Well, cool, good.
Well, I have to
Yeah,
say
that
that
is cool.
there's been a couple of meetings that were not Zoomed, and I was really very unhappy that I was not able to participate and see what's going on.
Huh,
So I am missing them, like the Board of Finance meetings.
yeah,
They've been meeting in person and they haven't been Zooming.
that's, wow,
So how that happened, I have no idea, but
that's not good.
it's not. And I'm finding that I really missed the ability to do
Mhm.
that. I didn't think I was going to, but I
Right.
did. And like
Mhm.
tonight, I didn't think the meeting was going to be that long. So, and it was cold and I thought, I'm bringing everything home and I'm doing this from home. So
Good,
Yeah,
that's always fun.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
advantage to it, right? And anybody can participate. There's no exclusivity unless, of course,
yeah,
you want there to be because you're on vacation in a place that doesn't have it, you know?
Right.
And I get that, but,
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
That means you could go to the Board of Finance meeting in person though, right? If you wanted to.
If I
Right.
wanted to. But I come home, I
Yeah.
have dinner, I put on my sweatpants. It's like, do I really want to go get in the car and drive down there? And
Yeah,
so I missed the Zoom though.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true, that's true.
I'm surprised that they're not giving you the opportunity to participate that way. But anyway, okay.
Yep.
Okay, so get together. Have to try again. 'Cause we
Yeah,
are
Oh, do we need to adjourn
people.
first?
don't think so.
No, it's on the agenda.
It's on the
It's on the
agenda.
agenda.
Okay.
I'm sorry I wasn't able to get anything together. It was just, it's a tough time of the year.
Mhm.
You know, it is for everybody. So I was thinking that maybe sometime in the early spring might be even nicer. You know, up on in Macedonia in the pavilion. I think that's a
yeah.
great idea.
I love that.
Yeah, I really like the idea, but I was
I,
away.
I like next Friday night at 7 o'clock. At,
Be on a boat.
Oh, you can be on a boat.
got an
What do they
annual
call it? Fife and drum. Fife
At
and
the Fife and Drum?
next- Yeah,
I could potentially
Any
just
day,
show up at the fight.
any day, anytime. You name it.
Okay, so I'll shoot for sometime in April. What do you think?
As long as we don't forget between now and then, we can make it happen.
Yeah, no,
Sure.
I'll put it on my
Well-
calendar.
Okay,
You know,
I love that idea.
I have calendars for
but-
next year.
Hey, you got to take into consideration, I'm 85. I'd
God
like to
bless you.
have this meeting.
You are gonna, you'll
sooner
be
rather than
there.
April is a long ways off to me.
Yeah, you'll be
Ken, you
there,
said-
Ken.
Yeah, Ken, you send the word and I will just show up at the Fife and Drum for a drink.
There you
I'm
go.
sorry,
There you go.
you will show up at the Fife and Drum for anything.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
I would too.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Okay, next Friday at 7 o'clock. How about that?
Yeah, I'd show up.
This coming Friday or make it 6 o'clock.
Oh,
Well, happy
Friday-
hour
which
would,
Friday?
happy
which
hour
Friday are you
starts this coming Friday
Yep.
at, say, 5:30 at Fife and Drum. And, you know, if we can get a quorum, we might be able to get a little room just for ourselves in the back there. We ate there last night, my wife and I noticed there was a small group and that they had their own little table in the back room. We've done this once before with our neighborhood. We got our neighborhood people together and we went down to Fife and Drums and they set aside this little area for us, which was pretty nice of them.
Oh.
What do you think of that?
I don't think. I'm
There
intention to
was
strike
no
them
one
aside.
else?
I'd be up for it, but I don't know who else is.
I'm gonna be getting ready to go into town hall on Saturday to start decorating for Christmas, so.
I'm gonna be at a
That
hockey
has-
tournament.
Would it be easier to do the following Friday when everyone's not doing like busy with like Thanksgiving stuff?
I've got an
I
annual
think we
meeting
should
that
do them
Friday.
both.
Do you have an interest in the Fife and Drum, Ken?
Yeah, you should go.
Not really. I mean, I like
I'm
it there.
teasing, I'm
I
teasing,
like their
teasing.
ambiance. I do like their ambiance. It's a nice place to sit and have a conversation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
is.
Ken, why don't you just go every Friday and whoever can join you will. It sounds like Hillary's gonna join you this Friday. So,
No.
go.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Right.
okay, I have everyone's email, I think. Let me look here.
Oh, you should.
I believe it's, yes, I'll send out an email the day before as a reminder for a happy hour at Fife and Drum at 5:30 on Friday. How's that?
That sounds
And
good.
who can
Sounds
come?
great.
And we'll get as
whoever can
many
come
as we
with.
can.
That sounds good.
That's great.
Sounds great. Thank you,
If
Ken.
I'm there alone, I'll still enjoy it.
You will.
All right. Anything else on the agenda? I think so. Anything else anybody wants to bring up? Okay,
No.
so we just need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Seconded.
Thank you, Ken. Okay, Paul and Ken. Okay, any further discussion? Any abstention? Okay, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Aye.
Hey, everybody, have a happy Thanksgiving.
likewise.
I hope